Hey guys, it's Calaveras32 Special again. As promised, do a quick video on tools I use for my AR build, for the Sharps rifle. Not that, I promise. So, I bought some tools that are specific to ARs. Other things I purchased were a little more generic. I picked up a Magpul bev block. What I liked about the design on this was, rather than having to have a reaction rod for when I was torquing my barrel nut, this actually fits into the barrel, the barrel extension. And I have a vise right here on the edge of the screen, but that's where I was able to assemble my work at. And this allowed me to torque all my parts to spec. Not really, that fits the magazine well. Not a real expensive piece, but it was, not the cheapest thing out there, but all in all, it worked well. I have my basic armorer's wrench I picked up at the bev block and the armorer's wrench both I actually picked up at the local gun shop. I have my 1/2-inch torque wrench for installing my barrel nut. The barrel nut, the UTG Pro Slimline that I showed earlier, or showed in the first video, my apologies, has a proprietary groove system to it that allows for you to grab onto while you're to torque, and it comes with the correct it looks like a C that goes on the end of a torque wrench. I don't know exactly what you'd call that piece, to be honest. The adapter. Let's just call it the adapter for now. And just the torque wrench is just an inexpensive Tractor Supply torque wrench. The only thing it's ever been used for was that rifle. Now, Tractor Supply is not my preferred tool location, but it does work for certain applications, just not commercialized applications. I have a set of pin punches. I can't seem to locate them at the moment, but I do promise I did use them. I also had a small bit screwdriver that, for when I was dropping pieces into the lower receiver, allowed me to reach down, easier than my finger, and just kind of move things around as needed to finesse things. Nothing fancy about that. Also, a Harbor Freight tool is a hammer that has replaceable faces on it. A hard face, a soft face, and it has 2 additional soft faces. They just unthread. So does the hard face. That way I can put what I needed on it. I promise I did not use most of the things in this case. Yes, that is Crescent brand. I didn't use any of the wrenches, any of the sockets, any of the, that funky stuff. Stuff fell all over the place. All I used out of this case was the Allens, and I used them as pins when I was getting things lined up, whether it be the hammer or the trigger pin or the pivot pin, the front pivot pin. These fit in the various holes tighter than my punches did. So I'd slip one, and I'd slip it in, hold the part in place, and then I'd use the pin to actually push the Allen out, so it would click in as so the pin would click in as the Allen came out. It's the only thing in this case that got used. These are automotive tools, not gunsmithing tools. Correct tool for the job. These are not. That was not technically correct tool for the job. I had to get a little creative on that. not too proud to say. In the first video I mentioned that the lower started as an 80%. Also means it was not serialized or anything like that. So, being that I completed it before the new law went into effect, I was able to serialize it myself. But I had the serial number and other information had to be certain height, certain width, certain thick, certain depth. Well, I ordered these online, just some simple letter number stamps. Just a hardened steel stamp that just hit with a conventional hammer. I tried with this one, wasn't heavy enough, didn't have enough oomph. I went and grabbed my 20-ounce construction framing hammer out of my tool bags out of the garage. Again, tool for the job. All in all, assembling an AR, it's specific on your order of things and when you do things. Not that hard. Oh, okay. Hold on. Scratch that. I did use one additional tool out of here. The screwdriver on this out of here. This one here. Hold on. There we go. Put that back where it's supposed to go. This is magnetic tip, which allowed, with the correct tip, it allowed me to the grip screw. It held the grip screw and the lock washer, the star washer, on so I could reach up inside the receiver, up inside the handle and put the grip on. So I guess I technically used 2 tools out of this. But yeah, that's for. Kind of bothers me I can't find my pins or my punches right now. Oh, snake! They would have bit me. Here, again, Harbor Freight punches. Tight on a budget when I was buying tools. Trying to get them, trying to get the rifle completed before the laws changed. At which point I would have, limited options on what I could legally do with the rifle. So, simple punches. Stamp set, bev block. Doesn't take a lot of tools to build an AR. It does take a few specialties, such as the bev block and the armorer's wrench. Being that I went with a free float handrail rather than a non-free float with delta rings and front sight posts that were part of the gas block and this kind of thing. I didn't need all of the AR specific tools because of that. It actually simplified my tool needs a little bit, which was quite beneficial. Anyhow, guys, hopefully this shows a little bit of, or gives, shows how how easy it is to do all this stuff. If you got any kind of mechanical understanding, the ARs are really simple. There's many videos on YouTube that show a very nice step-by-step. I watched dozens of them before I actually built the rifle, so I get a better understanding of how everything works. Then I had one going while I was assembling just for good measure, and especially having the CMMG lower parts kit that was all color coordinated made the overall process really easy. Anyhow, well, I appreciate you guys stopping by. I am Calvers32 Special. Please like, share, subscribe. Oh, one last thing. Because I did assemble my upper rather than buy a pre-assembled upper. Some people say you don't need to if you buy quality parts. as I said in the first video, I'm a little paranoid. I purchased from Brownells a set of go, no-go gauges, and being that the 2545 has the same shoulder angle as a 223, the 223 go, no-goes work for testing, the chamber. You do have to pull your firing pin and your extractor out of your bolt, out of your bolt carrier group, so that you don't break them when you run the go, no-goes. It should close on the go. It should not close on the no-go. How much difference there is in size between the two? Let's see here. The go is 1.4666. The no-go is... Oh, sorry, hold on. That was the no-go is 1.4666. The go is 1.4636. So 31 hundredths, or 31 thousandths, I guess, 31 thousandths of an inch, of an inch difference, or 300ths of an inch. Not very much difference between the two. I've been told there's ways of getting around not having to do this and do things cheaper, yada yada. The entire set, getting both of these from Brownells, $60. Well worth the investment in my mind, as opposed to building your rifle, going out trying to test shoot it, and have a catastrophic malfunction because your chamber's out of spec. Best case scenario, gun malfunctions, a major malfunction, the gun's damaged and no longer operable. Middle case scenario, it malfunctions and you get injured. Worst case scenario, it malfunctions and you get dead. $60, not worth it, guys. Test your chambers. Anyhow, like I was saying, Calaveras 32 Special. Appreciate you stopping by. Check me out on Twitter and Instagram. Appreciate it. Bye.